Yeah, my name's Cody Gear. I'm the hospitality manager here at Cider and Distillery.
And Spy is located where exactly?
We're in, I guess it's the town of Blue Mountains, but it's really Clarksburg.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Clarksburg, Ontario, just outside the Blue Mountains.
Yeah, you can sort of see them in the background there.
Yeah.
Really nice backdrop. Pretty new facility you just opened up this year, correct?
Yes. Well, no, it was actually opened in July of last year to the public. That was our first summer open. And then we've been open for about 6 weeks, obviously during COVID. Now this is probably maybe a bit longer, but yeah, I think June was when we first sort of started opening up here our doors again.
It's been pretty busy since.
Yeah, it has. It's been steady. Obviously, people just getting more comfortable with what they're comfortable with, and kind of getting caught up to going out and that kind of stuff. And with obviously only one summer under our belt, we had limited exposure last year, but still really good. It was slammed and busy, but it's just picking up more and more every weekend, so it's fantastic.
What's it been like being here in the Apple Pie Trail area?
Yeah, it's been great. It's beautiful. Everybody, there's quite a good sort of camaraderie between other cideries and farms and just different producers, and everybody locally is always kind of helping each other out. It's been really lovely, and it's a beautiful slice of the country. So yeah, I couldn't be happier to be up here for sure.
We were lucky enough to sample and pour some of your product in Ottawa last summer.
Cool.
At one of the beer festivals up there.
Okay.
And it went over quite well. But you've
amazing.
added some different varieties since your initial launch. Can you tell us a little bit about what you offer?
Yeah, so I'm not sure what you tried last year. I think it would have maybe just been Goldeneye,
Yep.
which was, like I said, which like you said is our flagship. That's what's in the LCBO right now. We have two new ones, or two sort of add-ons from since then, which is Crimson Tide, which is essentially the Goldeneye cider but infused with black currant. So that one's still dry undertones, but a little more tart on the tart side of things. It's really still lovely and refreshing. And then our organic, our certified organic, which is the Never Say Never. That's in our green can. That one's really crisp and refreshing. A little more apple comes through on that one. So Goldeneye would be sort of what we would say is our driest. Never Say Never sort of sweeter to taste, and then kind of Crimson Tide kind of sits on its own as like our single tart one. But as far as sugars are concerned, they're all the same. It's all residual, nothing added, so they're actually technically all the same sweetness. It's just sort of what flavor profiles are pulled through. And then now we have our three spirits as well. So we've got a gin, vodka, and an eau de vie that we bottle and create here. So.
How did the whole process come together, if you know?
For which?
For both the cider and the spirits.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'd be able to shed too much light on that. You mean from like originally?
Yeah.
Well, I know that, the owner, David, lives and produces wine and champagnes out of France. I know Piers was working with him over there. Piers is our head of production. He makes all of our ciders and all of our spirits. He's our head guy there, the one and only guy that we use, and he's been with the company for years and worked with David for years. And the story that I've been told is that they were working together, sort of sitting down at the end of a long day on the vineyard and having a glass of wine and kind of talking about how they could bring something and do something hyper local and bring it back to Ontario and do something here, and that was kind of how the conversation started. They moved, they came back here, they looked, they saw this 80-acre organic orchard, they purchased it. We've brought back 16 of the 80 so far. We've planted another 10 acres of European varieties as they plan to kind of bring in some different apples and different flavor profiles to kind of play around with what we're doing currently. But yeah, I think it was just something they wanted to bring home, bring local, bring some of those same sort of processes with making champagnes and wines and bring it back here. And that's why we're all of our products are low on the sugar scale. They're dry. They're all champagne carbonated and kind of hold that same sort of quality as some of those wines and champagnes would from Europe.
And how did you find your way into the family here?
Yeah. Well, I actually reached out 2 years ago. My background's marketing communications, and I was working for a firm in Toronto. And I was just a fan. I came up all the time, and my bosses had a place up here, and my mom bought a place up here. So I was coming up all the time. I saw the branding was what originally got me, obviously coming from that world. I really loved it. I thought it was super unique and fun. But still really high end. And then I tried the product and loved it. Truthfully, wasn't a huge cider fan up till that point. I like ciders, but I was kind of, I would drink one, and sugar content wise, that was usually enough for me. But coming here and trying this product, I really, really enjoyed it. It was something that I hadn't sort of tasted in that sort of world before. So I reached out. I just kind of stayed in front of them and reached out. It's a company that I really wanted to get involved with. I believe in the branding, like I said. I believe in the product and sort of what our offering is. And so just kind of stayed the course, stayed in touch with them, and they were hiring internally for hospitality manager, which wasn't necessarily my background, but being in events and marketing and branding, I'd done a lot of sort of quote-unquote hospitality work, and obviously bring a different sort of expertise to the table. And that was kind of something that I pitched and worked, and now I'm here, and it's a bit of a hybrid role. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun since starting. Probably, like, I was supposed to start in March, everything got put on hold, and then kind of kicked off again at the beginning of June. So
it sounds like the old saying, there's something in the water. Well, for here in the area, there's something in the apples that drives people
exactly.
to come and stay.
Yes.
So
yeah, absolutely.
Very neat. Any big plans towards what, hopefully will be a quick rest of 2020 and into 2021?
Yeah, I think for us, our plan is to just continue to try to keep the doors open and do it as safely as possible. I think that's our main focus right now. Getting people here, having people come enjoy the product, enjoy our facility, enjoy our grounds, but in a safe way. That's our main focus right now, especially for the remainder of the year. Would we love to, fully cannonball back into events and doing everything we were doing here? Of course, I think everybody would. But at the end of the day, there are things bigger than that, and we want to make sure we're doing our part and keeping our doors open and offering something for people to kind of escape the day-to-day pressures of the new world we live in. And so, yeah, I would say just kind of keep going with what we're doing, but do it in a safe and slow manner, and continue to, upgrade our offering with different food and, different little partnerships that we can do with food trucks. And we want to try and bring in as many small events as we can. And we've got some good ideas in things that we're working on. And we definitely have one thing we do have coming up, which will be fun and interesting, and something we kind of hope to expand on, is our 1-year anniversary. So we were supposed to be doing that. We've been just trying to find a right date, waiting for phase 3, obviously, so that we could kind of do it right. Live music, that kind of thing. So yeah, I think for us, it's more about just continuing to produce, put out good product, and continue to really sort of hone our offering to our customers, but like I said, in a safe way.
Excellent. And if people want more information about what you're doing and where you're offering, where can they go?
Obviously online on our website, or social is we're doing a big push on social, so we're going to be upping our communication and upping how much we post, but everything sort of through our Instagram and Facebook and online on our website. That's where everyone can grab all that info.
Awesome.
And continued info as we update and launch more things.
Thanks, Cody. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you too.